Welcome to another video from thedigital-lifestyle.com. This is another one of my 5-minute performances where I create a patch on the Wavestate in 5 minutes, and this time we're going to look at creating a Berlin School Tangerine Dream type ratcheting sequencer using the Wavestate and its sequencer. So it's that effect where you get a sequence going and you get those double triggers, and it sounds really interesting. So I'm going to have a go at doing that. So let's get cracking. So I've got an initial patch, and what we need to do first of all is turn it into tempo mode because we want this all tempo based, and we don't need any crossfade on that one. We're going to use 8 steps. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could do 16 steps, 32 steps, 64 steps, and so on. So we use all of those. We're going to use a single waveform for this one. Going to use just a simple one, so let's go with a square. Sounds pretty boring at the moment. That's okay. I want 8 pitched steps on this as well, so do that on there. Now before I do that, I'm going to do the envelopes. So I want a nice short envelope. We're going to have some filter effect similar, so I'm going to do a similar effect with that. Let's have a bit longer release. Okay, turn the filter down, put some filter intensity on. That's about right. Okay, so we're only hearing that once at the moment. So now I'm going to put some pitches in so we can have that. So we'll have it 1, 3, 5, 7. Let's go 3, say -2, 3, 5. Still only hearing it once. That's because the envelopes are being triggered by the key press and not by the sequencer. We're going to be using the shape and the sequence one, so I'll start adding these in now. We'll come back to the shape one in a second. I'll add my sequence steps in because we need to use that. Now, if we weren't using ratcheted and we just want that sequence to play, we could just set the step pulls to trigger the envelopes. And that's fairly straightforward. We actually want to do that ratcheting effect. So what I'm going to do there, I'm going to set my threshold. Let's just set the threshold at say 20. I think anything above 0 really would do for this. And instead of it being the step pulls, we'll use the sequencer lane. Now the reason when you hear it a couple of times there is because the value's high and then it stays high and it's not re-triggering it. So we're going to use the shape lane. So we'll put the shape lane on. Now should hear it, I think. There we go. Those peaks are triggering the envelope. So you hear the initial key press, then that triangle peak, and then the rest. To get it in time, we're going to use the saw down like that. I'm going to copy and paste those in. Just using Control-C, Control-V. So there's our sequence played away. That's exactly what I wanted. Now to do the ratcheting attack, this divided step, we can find a shape that has a double trigger in it. So I think there's one here that does a double one. There you go. Okay. There's also a triple trigger. I think that's this one. There we go. There we've got that Tangerine Dream-style one. Now what you can do, I'm going to leave that 2-step in like that. That triple one, I'm going to reduce its probability down so it won't play all the time. There we go. And now we can add some effects to it, add a bit of compression, and I don't know what it would sound like with some phasing and some stereo cross delay and an envelope and a reverb. Sounds better without the phaser, so we'll leave the phaser off for now. Okay, so that's it really. That's essentially our ratcheting sequencer. Now I'm going to save this now. Okay, I'll just save that. So really we've done that. So 5 minutes I've created that, but what I wanted to as a little bonus extra bit I couldn't resist is if I on another layer load it in that ratchet, because I saved it as a program, I can load it back in. I've done a couple of these ones, so it was this one, wasn't it? There we go. Turn off layer 8, just layer B now. Let's go with, so on layer B now, let's go and lower that as a baseline. So that resin. Now here we could change that waveform, or we could even better, is we could choose, so we had a square, let's choose a totally different one. Do that. So now you can hear it flicking with the 2, and I don't want to labour it too much, but you could add a third one on there and choose a completely different style, the sawtooth. And I can put them together. So there you go, there's our sequence. And you can have fun with that, build that up multiple layers. So I hope you enjoyed that one. That's 5 minutes building a Berlin style ratchet type sequencer on the Wavestate. It's actually really good fun when you start layering those up. I'll make this patch available on the digitallifestyle.com as a free download. If you've got any suggestions for future 5 minute patches, please let me know and I'll have a look at it. Thanks for watching.